You better not talk about the reptilians.
You ain't changing nothing.
There's a corporate financial agenda at work which strives to attain global centralized control at the expense of the individual. So I want you to keep that in mind as I speak today, because people are going to wonder about my credibility. People are going to wonder about the credibility of the abductees in my labs who share their information with me. And yet, for many years, these same people who are questioning the credibility of myself and my colleagues have bought into the lies of the establishment, have bought into the lies of the scientific community. Studied at the feet of Barbara Bartholick, in particular the subject of what is known as the alien love bite. Now, this may seem somewhat comical to those who don't know any better, and I will elaborate on this more, but we are emitters, we are resonators. And what some of these negative beings strive to do is engender negative emotions and feelings within us of anguish, of pain, of misery, of isolation and hopelessness. But the bottom line, the reason for this is to engender extreme emotions of misery, unhappiness, unrequited love. And these beings, they feed off that. They feed off that in the way you or I nurture ourselves on food or protein or what have you. These beings literally strive to create negative situations in our life for a number of reasons, but mostly to feed off of us. In general, I'm here to talk about the reptilian overlordship. The reptilian overlordship, the proof of which is all around us. The global institutionalized sex slavery, the wars and the rumors of wars, the designer plagues. All of these things are part and parcel. The rapidly advancing movement towards global centralized control, the privatization of water, genetically modified foods, all these things are part and parcel of the reptilian overlordship. They are around us. We see this all the time. But people just don't realize that there is a controlling factor behind all of it. The tendency on the part of some conspiracy researchers is to ascribe all these activities on the part of power-mad bankers, power-mad humans. But I promise you that not only the conception, but the execution of this advancing globalized, centralized agenda was thousands of years in the making, and a purely human consciousness cannot conceive of, let alone affect these changes. Because if you have any understanding of metaphysics at all, you will know that everything manifests first in the spiritual realms before they manifest in the physical realms. That's just the way it is. A simple thought followed by an action is just one very basic example. How else is the reptilian overlordship manifested to us? Vulgarity, extreme vulgarity. Movies like Jackass have become hits. All these efforts at promoting vulgarity as the norm in our society. The occultic symbology. My friend Jordan Maxwell out there in the convention hall, he is the foremost expert on occultic symbology, and he's had his information borrowed and stolen constantly. In fact, the Tom Hanks character in the movie Da Vinci Code is a pale imitation of Jordan Maxwell. And you see the symbology when you walk down the aisles of a supermarket. Every time you see a obelisk, you're looking at a representation of a reptilian phallus. In other words, they're just sticking it to you and you don't even realize it. It's there in front of you. Okay? That's the reptilian overlordship in a nutshell, which I'll elaborate on more later. The four aspects of the reptilian overlordship I will talk about are: one, the reptilians and their modus operandi; two, the hybrid hosting process, which is the fundamental building block, the fundamental basis for the reptilian overlordship.